and he was threatening to kill me. This man almost poured hot cooking oil on me at the time. He will carry knife and he will be walking up and down the house. I'll just kill you and nobody will know. Nobody will find out. I'll just finish you off. And the day he carried the hot oil, if I did not howl, I had to howl and clap my hands. And then he dropped the hot oil and he walked out and he was still even bragging.
Suzanne Emma, the wife of famous actor Emeka Ike, is speaking to the press for the first time in her life. Her husband has made heavy accusations that she has withheld his children from him, that she has crippled his businesses, that she has attacked his career and insinuated that people are after his life. She reached out to me to tell her side of the story. We have an emotional roller coaster of a conversation with Suzanne, his ex-wife, and their son, their first son, Michael. Whatever you think of this story, it is going to shock you. It is going to shock you deeply. You say that you survived an abusive marriage, you know?
Yeah.
What do you mean exactly by that?
Okay, so
what was the abuse?
It started off as verbal. It started off as mental torture. It started off as psychological. Started off as financial, financial abuse because I was not allowed to work. Right. You understand? And then still, even with that, people would say, oh, it's a man's world, and I didn't think of myself, but until the last time that he did beat me up and I was almost paralyzed, that was when I decided that I need to go.
Beat you until you were almost paralyzed?
Yes, he did. Yes, And at that point, I had you can't keep beating me up, and I held his hand. And so he just turned me over and hit me, and then he hit me at the back of my neck here, and that was it. I lost sensation to all my body parts. I went down on the floor. I couldn't feel my arms. I couldn't feel anything, and he kept hitting me. He kept hitting me, and I was shouting, Emeka, if you hit me one more time, I would die. I can't feel anything. I was only seeing the stars. So when he hits me, it goes poof. Every time.
So he had a terrible temper?
Yes. And he was threatening to kill me. This man almost poured hot cooking oil on me at the time. He will carry knife and he will be walking up and down the house. I'll just kill you and nobody will know. Nobody will find out. I'll just finish you off. And the day he carried the hot oil, if I did not howl, I had to howl and clap my hands. And then he dropped the hot oil and he walked out and he was still even bragging. And he's denying it, but there are people that I run to their houses every time he beats me up. People that I run to their houses in the middle of the night. People that I run to their houses and I collapse. All this happened and they are living witnesses. I have pictures. I presented those pictures during the divorce. I still have those pictures, but I'll only give my evidences in court. I jumped out of a moving vehicle before. I've attempted suicide 3 times.
Because of your husband?
Yes. He's not saying all these things.
What you're describing is a deeply toxic situation.
This is what I lived. This is what I lived 14 years of my life. We couldn't make things out of life. We couldn't do anything with, we couldn't plan. We couldn't go ahead with our plans because of his drug use.
So he had a drug problem?
Yes.
When you say drug, what do you mean by drug?
Well, I didn't know he was taking drugs. It was when my kids came back, they told me their dad takes drugs.
What kinds of drugs?
Meds, whatever. They said they found his paraphernalia, And that made me realize why. Why money would finish. Why we'll plan and say, okay, this money is coming in. We need to do this. We're going to do this. And all of a sudden, money is gone.
You've just described him as a drug addict, essentially.
Yes.
Do you think the drugs that you've alleged contributed to this entire lack of peace?
Yeah, he might have. I'm not a medical person, but I think he might have. Even when I found out that he used to smoke marijuana, I kicked against it. What he said is what makes him sane. He said it's what calms him down. you know, and he tried to make me understand that it's medicinal, it's, you know, it's okay, and, you know, he needs it, you know, but I don't know. I've tried to move on with my life. I've tried to build my life from scratch, you know, but this person just keeps going to the media space to bash, you know, defame me and cook up lies and just say things that never existed, or, you know, something that he has built up on, you know. So I just decided it's time to speak up.
This is the first time that you're ever speaking up on this issue
Yes,
in the media, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
You know, I'm here because he dragged me here. He's been dragging me here for the past 10 years. You understand? And initially, I would see people fighting for me. Oh, this man, you're the only one talking. This man is not even saying anything, you know. But right now, his narrative is the only one out there, and it's becoming the truth. You understand? And I needed to speak out, you know, for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. What I've been through is something I would never wish my enemy. It's something that I would never wish the devil himself.